Good afternoon, all. Paul from CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Thursday afternoon, August 14th. We're looking at Window Traders market profile of the ES and NQ. So the bears accomplished something for the first time in a while. They did put the daily back to balance. However, that's all they did. Even with trying to get something going to the downside, it really failed. They gapped lower with lower value, only have the market rip up A, B, and C. ES goes out with overlap and a higher value after starting lower, so they're higher all week. NQ goes out with unchanged value. Righty finally came into balance. All of us are in balance. I would call them all 2-day balances right now. Okay? 2-day, right? Wednesday, Thursday, for all three of us. NQ goes out with an afternoon rally high and a 10-wide point of control. I'm in bigger increments. That's why it says 11. ES goes out with just a 10-wide POC. They did probe, but barely. Look at this. They almost made a run for the all-time high. They're only 6 points away from it in ES. So this bull refuses to give up. We pushed down pretty hard here right after the opening. I'm not sure why. But the Bulls won 6-0 on our checklist sheet in ES, 5-0 in NQ, after it looked like they were going to, lose the day early on. So it was a tough day. The MGI switched back and forth a lot. I had an okay day. It was the MGI, the value kept changing. The POC was changing. So it wasn't clear cut. But it does show you how strong this bull is, that they don't really give up much. So that's pretty impressive. I will call these 2-day balances. So if we take out today's low, call it down. Now, please keep in mind, the bull's been very strong. Even if we take out yesterday's low and we call it down, doesn't mean it's the end for the bulls, right? The only reason I'm calling it down is because Tuesday's range was pretty big and they have the double distribution day. So I just call it down and see how much they take out of it. However, if they take it out to the upside, well, we'll be back up again if we take out Wednesday's high. You could almost, not quite, but almost treat ES as an inside day today. They took out the day's low in A, and that was it. NQ got a little bit further distance, so I would not say that. But we held a trend day from Tuesday. As far as my trades, first trade of the day, I took a short against the gap fill. Went against me small, took it off. I thought they might get a responsive bounce back down. They did not. So I took that off for a loss. After that, started looking for longs because the 80-20 rule came into play. So what's the 80-20 rule? We opened below value, but then we got into value. Now it's generally 2 time frames. Well, forget about 2. ES got up to value high, but in A period. And NQ got it in C period, or B or C. So you can tell things had changed there. So I was long after that short about 3 times in A period, did well. I did nothing in B. I got the long in NQ to take out B's high to 1 time frame up, because we weren't at that point. And I got the long to get the IB high, not the IB high, the overnight high. I missed the IB high. I got the overnight high. And then when we came back and took back singles, I got long there. I took a long to fill the singles from yesterday. So I took a long to get that. D period, took some longs, did well on a couple of them against halfback to 144. I did end up losing on one when it pushed down harder than I thought it would. And then for the afternoon, I had 2 decent trades. G period, I took the long to stop the 1 time framing down. And then I took a short thinking it could be the afternoon rally high and made on both of them. Obviously, it wasn't. I did short H period thinking it was the afternoon rally high, but it started getting away and I did not like it. Once it started getting into the sell tail, I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and just watch it potentially go and make a new high. I didn't think it would, and we didn't, but I still took it off, ended up losing on that. And then in J period, took a long 1 time when it pulled back. against the 144. So it turned out to be a decent day. Nothing to write home about. The big thing to write home about is, one, the daily's back in balance for all three of us, but more importantly, this bull is proven to be extremely resilient. And then chart-wise, now tomorrow I'm leaving early, so there'll be no recap. Here's your monthly in ES, just keeps chugging along. NQ is the same exact thing. The weekly is up. Don't forget, all three of us have inside weeks up that have paid handsomely this week. And the daily, after 8 days, one time frame and up, has come into a 2-day balance. Only 55 million, so no volume on this push down. One other note though, so ES and NQ are the same. IWM is still balanced on that monthly, and we're going to have to see at the end of the month, do we have an outside month up or down, potentially. The weekly is up like we are, but look at the daily. Now this was interesting today. We had very good volume Tuesday and Wednesday to the upside. But today's downside volume was more, 55 million. But look at the way this market closed with a nice little spike off their lows. So I have a feeling that volume wasn't selling volume. Well, of course it's selling, but I think there were more people, again, getting involved throughout the day, especially towards the lows, buying this. They ended up doing, IWM did more volume than SPY and triple Qs. That, my friends, is extremely rare. Hope you had a good day trading. Thanks for liking and subscribing to this channel. And we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.